Yeah, we had a lot of fun just before and looking forward to the next one.
Because you guys known each other for so long.
Yeah, we spent some time together.
Yeah. So how is it being on another big stage together again?
It feels amazing, I have to say, definitely. So the whole preparation was cool already, but now we actually move on. So it's really cool.
It's really exciting. So how was the first rehearsal?
Very great, actually. Yeah, it went really well, and we, sound-wise, it was almost perfect. We're just fine-tuning, but actually, tweaking. But actually, no, the performance was really good, and for us, the performance is like the most important because it's the Eurovision Song Contest, so it's all about the music for us.
Yeah. So how long did it take for you for the song to come together?
Oh, the song to come together, it's, I have to say, not that long actually. I didn't write it especially for Eurovision. I just, after the first lockdown, a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to co-write with a young Belgian girl called Hooverphonic. And it was just great to be in the studio with a living being again, because you know, I spent 3 months alone in the studio during the lockdown, and so that was the first living being in my studio again, you know, like, so we were like, we were having fun. And I think you hear that, there was no pressure. We were supposed to kind of learn to know each other a bit. It was the first time we wrote together, and so we didn't have a clue what we were doing actually. We were just having fun. And the first thing we said to each other was like, what are we gonna write about? Not I miss you and I'm longing for you. No, we wanted to write a song about everything that was kind of suicidal at that moment, and still is, you know, touching a stranger, kissing a stranger, hugging a stranger, having sex with a stranger. It's like everything you can't do right now. It's like, you know, so we said like, let's try to create this dream world where everything is possible, where, you know, like you can do everything you want. And then of course, we're from Belgium. We needed like a little bit of an edge. So we said like, let's make it a one-night stand gone wrong. And so the two people actually the next morning think like, what are we doing here? Well, especially she is thinking like, what is he doing here? So yeah, there's a lot of humor in it. Don't take it too serious, I would say.
But what was the moment that you thought we're going to have to use this song for Eurovision?
Actually, Raymond.
Yeah, well, you know, Alex came to the studio and he played it for me, and I said like, okay, we got the song. That's the song.
It was that easy.
And then Alex said, yeah, but you know what? I co-wrote it, and maybe she's going to use it. And I said like, well, you don't get it. We're going to use it. I mean, like, it's she's
So it was a very democratic process.
Yeah, well,
it was because I wrote a lot of songs, and then Gekke came. You know, in November we decided to work together again as a band, and so she had a really fresh kind of like point of view. You know, she listened to all the demos, and immediately she said like, "This is the song." So the three of us, we immediately said like, our gut feeling said that's the song. The rest of the team wasn't always agreeing, but
there were other options.
There were other options, yeah. And we just released our new album, and there was a couple of other options on the album. And so, yeah, I still remember thinking about the second song on the album. And that was actually the start of Eurovision. Because I always said to Belgian, the guys from Belgian television, we only want to say yes if we have a good song. Because imagine, you know, you say like, okay, we're gonna participate, and then you have to write, and then there's a lot of pressure on your shoulders. And in my experience, you never write the best songs under pressure. You need to kind of be free, you have like a free mind. So because we had this song, we said like, okay, it's cool, we're gonna do it. And then they said, maybe you should continue writing a bit. And I said like, are you sure? You really want me to continue? Yeah. And then 25 songs later, they couldn't decide anymore. They were like, okay, but this is good, and that's good. And now we said, we'll decide.
You have the song. Yeah, so it all came together.
Yeah.
So I would like to go to the questions that we got in from our online viewers. Thank you for asking your questions, sending them in. And the first one is from Sebastian from Destination Eurovision. And his question is, people are describing mostly your Eurovision entries as smooth, elegant, and dark. Is that a compliment for you? Is this the impression you want to make?
The smooth elegance and dark, yeah, definitely compliments, if you ask me.
Yeah. We like contrast. So we like smooth and edge, and then dark. You know, like it's like there's humor in it, but it's dark humor. We like, you know, we like in life. I think the most interesting things are the contrasts in life. You know, between sweet and sour, between spicy and and sweet. So in our music, we try to do the same. So it can be elegant, but at the same time, like in our video, we really like it's really elegant, and then at some point there's like someone decapitated, like. Like
well, it makes it interesting, and you want to know more about it.
That edge for us is really important. So the smooth is okay, but the dark and the elegant definitely.
So the next question is from Sonja Riegel from Germany. And the question is, you just released your album, Hidden Stories. What makes The Wrong Place stand out from the other 9 songs so it became your track for Eurovision?
That's really difficult, because there were other options, we finally ended with Full Moon Jewel, Thinking About You in The Wrong Place. But I think The Wrong Place for us is just like lyrically and musically, it's 100% vintage Hooverphonic. At the same time, it's now. It's like, it's dark, but there's humor. It's different, like for Eurovision, I don't think there's a lot of delegations singing about one-night stands gone wrong or Tinder dates gone wrong. So it's just kind of like, it was like checked all the boxes, like it was, Thinking About You is very happy and it's very kind of like, very summery. But in the end, I think, look at us. We're kind of like, we're not that summery.
Smooth, elegant, and dark.
And dark, exactly. From now on, that's our answer to all the questions. Smooth, elegant, and dark.
For everything. The next question is from Europhil Australia, and the question is, can you please explain the reference to Johnny Cash in this song?
Smooth, elegant, and dark.
It's very simple, actually. When we were writing the song, we wrote the music in the morning at lunch. We heard Johnny Cash on the radio, and Charlotte said, "Hey, I love Johnny Cash. He's like, very young." Like I said, like, "Oh, you like Johnny Cash?" I said, like, "Yeah, I love it too." So there was a connection between us. We both love Johnny Cash, and I just kind of like, as a joke, I said like, maybe we should try to incorporate his name in the lyric. And sometimes, a joke is in the beginning, it's a joke, but at some points in the afternoon when we were writing lyrics, this line just popped up, and it was perfect. It was like, and I gotta be honest, I gotta thank Adam Sandler as well, because he once was in a movie called The Wedding Singer, and there he says to his ex-girlfriend, who kind of like in a drunk moment he took home, he says like, "Take off my Van Halen t-shirt before David Lee Roth gets jinxed," So thank you, Adam.
It was a perfect reference. I'm just going to ask some of the assistants to maybe close the door because we have a little bit of extra sound here. And I would like to continue to the next question, and that one is from Victor from Eurovox. And the question is to all of you. The last time Belgium qualified was in 2017. Do you feel any pressure on trying to qualify for the final? Let's start with you,
It would be nice. I wouldn't mind going to the finals, definitely. But no, we're here to give it our best and to be ourselves. And if the public likes it, then all the better. But we're enjoying ourselves now. And yeah, but I'd love to be at the finals, obviously. So.
Well, yeah, it's true. It's like last year, we did quite well in the alternative online version, and the small brother of the real thing, So it puts a lot of pressure on our shoulders. But I think, like we try not to think about it. I think, if you think about the competition too much, it paralyzes you. So the only thing you can do is having fun. Give the best of you, do your best, give the best of yourself, and try to move people. In the end, that's what it is, you need to kind of like, music is energy, and the energy will the people at home feel the energy. And that can be just a moment, it can be a spark, it can be everything. So we stay with our feet on the ground, and we'll see, what happens. But I have to say, like most of the time, French part in Belgium is like, like doing better. So like.
Of course, you have that in Belgium as well.
No, we don't have that. We feel really like.
Yeah.
Like Belgium. We're definitely Belgian. And like Charlotte is like from the French part. I'm from the Flemish part. So it's not that important. But it would be great,
to get there. Yeah, of course.
To get there.
Is that the same for you?
Yeah, well, the first memories I have of Eurovision was like 1966. Like, yeah,
Oh yeah, we have to explain to you.
I'm the oldest of the whole
oldest participants.
Oh, really?
I'm the oldest in Eurovision.
Oh, really?
2 years in a row. Thank you.
Let's have a round of applause for that 2 years in a row, right? Yeah. Dark Smooth is
He hardly even remembers he was participating last year.
I remember nothing. No, but the thing is, I have since, and you know, when I became older, then I really got into Eurovision because, well, you know, it was like you had to watch it from your parents, but I liked it. And then now we can be part of it, and it would be so nice to go to the finals. Really, I mean, like, not for myself, Belgium also, and
Would also be great if we have like the orchestra again.
yeah,
The orchestra
can we do that?
conductor, you know, like,
Can we arrange that till by Tuesday or semi-final?
Real orchestra?
I can ask. I don't know if I have the right contact.
Probably with COVID, you know.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
true.
40 people on stage. No, it's not.
Maybe not for this year.
Not this edition, but next year.
It would be nice, definitely. We have a question from Belgium. I will get to the audience in a minute. From Didier. And the question is, can you explain to us what the creative process was creating this staging? And congrats for the excellent first rehearsal.
Thank you very much. The idea of the staging was, you know, to create, well, first of all, she's in the wrong place. She's in the middle, in between, you know, like normally the singer is up front, you know, she's like the one and the musicians are in the back. So that was the first idea. It was actually a great idea from the director to kind of put Kjærke really in the center. So from the one hand, it's the right place because she's in the center of our universe. But for the viewers, it's kind of like, you know, it puts her in the wrong place. So that was the idea. And then we wanted to, we're a band, you know, normally we play live. For us, it was really important to, even though the musicians don't play, really to give the feel that we're like performing, you know, like, so we didn't want to kind of like have a choreography, we just wanted to be like a band performance. And then the third very important thing is we wanted to have that film-inspired old movie kind of like, you know, vibe. And so in the background projections, you see like images that are inspired on old silent movies and stuff like that. So like, I don't know if you ever heard of it, but Das Kabinett, das Dr. Caligari, it's like one of the first silent movies ever made in like 1920, I don't know, long time ago.
I haven't seen it, but I will definitely have a look at
And
it.
so that inspired us for the black and white close-ups of Kjærke, you know, like being in the back. So it's kind of like that. We're always, a lot of people see us as like, you know, we make soundtracks to movies that don't exist. And so our video of The Wrong Place was like, Jan Boon, the director, was like, he did a perfect job kind of like making a real movie to the unexisting movie. And now on stage we try to create kind of that kind of same kind of like old piano bar, you know, the old piano, the images being in the back, her being in the wrong place. That was kind of the idea.
Cool. Well, I think it's time for some questions in the audience. Sir, if you would please be so kind to stand up.
Sure.
And introduce yourself.
Hi, Gunther, Belgian website, Songfestival.be. Hi. So I have a question for Kjærke. Last year, Raymond and Alex, you already knew that you were participating, so you had the time to do everything. But Kjærke, you decided to come back in November, so you had a smaller time to rehearse and to get yourself prepared for Eurovision. How was that for you, stepping back into the band and knowing that, oh, in May we have to do Eurovision?
I was a bit fearful at the beginning. I loved the idea of getting back on stage with the band and recording new songs, and then all of a sudden this thing came up, something that's much bigger than what I'm used to in any case. So many people watching and everything. So I was fearful, but it was such a great thing to prepare myself towards during these times as a musician, as a singer. It's really a great gift to be able to focus on something, on a concrete moment. So it felt really good.
Thank you. Is there another question in the audience? Let's have the microphone over here. Sir, would you be so kind to stand up? Tell us where you're from.
Hi, my name is Farouk. I'm from France, from Eurovisiesongfestival magazine. Thank you to be here. You are one of the best groups for me. The Mad About You is the song of my youngness. And I would like to know what you have a great experience, more than 20 years experience. What are the musicians, the artists and the music you are listening to, the young musicians you are listening to, actually?
What are our influences, or what do you mean?
So one of the more younger artists you are listening to?
What are the younger artists that you are listening to, actually, the young artists?
Oh, you know, you're from France, so I love François in the Atlas Mountains. That's fantastic. He just released an album, that's great. But also, like, I like the Paper Kites. They're from Australia, great band. They just released a great album. But Other Lives from the United States is a great band, and it's all kind of music that also is part of our universe, musical universe, I guess. You know, like. If you listen to Other Lives, it's very dark, kind of film-inspired, Morricone-inspired band. So we're Morricone-inspired, and we're like these old movie soundtrack composers. But you know, like we listen to all kinds of music. Also, like there's a great Dutch band. Oh, I forgot their name. It's fantastic. There's a great Dutch band, and I just forgot their name. But it's like it's actually a mix of Turkish and Dutch. What was it?
I'm trying to help you, but...
you don't know it? It's fantastic. Altingen, it is. Yeah, Altingen is a great band. Everybody should check it out. It's fantastic. They're a great band. They played once at a club where we played, and they were also a great live band. So it's very, very eclectic, I think, you know, the music we listen to.
Very different.
Very different. I also like dark electronic music, of course. And I think that eclectic kind of, you know, influence, you know, like I'm a big fan of Serge Gainsbourg, you know, like you know, it's 50 years ago he released Histoire de Mélodie Nelson. It's a fantastic record. Everybody check it out. It's just, you know, when I hear that, it's just, yeah, I love it. And I especially love artists when they dare to evolve and try new stuff. Serge Gainsbourg he's already dead and he's not young. But he kind of was somebody who kind of dared to experiment and always did something different, and that's
a lot of inspiration.
We're passionate about music, so yeah.
I can tell. Yes, I love listening to you talk about music.
It's like, you know, this morning I was listening to Marlon Williams. He's like a guy from New Zealand, and he made a fantastic album a couple of years ago. So yeah.
Well, I hope to be talking to you again about music, about you, about your performance, about Eurovision. I would like to really thank you guys for talking to me here, and us and our viewers online. And for all the photographers, I think you know the drill.
Actually, can I ask you a question? What do you like to listen to?
What I like to listen to?
What's your taste in music?
My taste in music is a lot of pop songs. I love a lot of pop songs. I love the song that you did with Bluff. Zuid-Landen. It was really a wonderful song. It was a hit here in Holland as well. So I worked as a radio DJ, so I listened to a lot of pop songs. Yeah.
And you have probably like a song you like in the contest. You can't say probably.
No, I can't say. I like all of them. I like all of them. I definitely do.
Can I pay you?
Can you what?
Can I pay you and then?
We'll talk about that later.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah?
there's cameras. I'm sorry.
We'll
Oh, sorry.
Well, thank you very much. I would like to thank you. For all the photographers, of course, you can head over to our press wall. And Hooverphonic, thank you so much for your time. I'm looking forward to your performance, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Hooverphonic.